G'day everyone, welcome back to my weekly tipping video. As always, this preview is brought to you by PlayUp. If you are thinking of having a punt on the NRL this round, make sure it's through PlayUp, guys. But as always, please gamble responsibly. Hey everyone, Clarkey here. Welcome back to another tips and preview video. Today we'll be looking at round 13 of the NRL season, guys. With that being said, let's get straight into it. Our first game this round is Thursday night, 7:50 PM. We've got the St. George Illawarra Dragons taking on the Brisbane Broncos at Nostrata Jubilee Stadium. I'm going to go ahead and tip the Dragons in this one, guys. I think the Dragons will be a little bit more of a better side. Now, a bit of interesting news in regards to this game. Jaden Sullivan, who is typically the Dragons New South Wales Cup 5/8, has not been named in New South Wales Cup this week, which could indicate Ben Hunt will depart this side early. He won't be available. He'll go into Maroon's camp, and then we'll see Jaden Sullivan come into the halves here and partner Corey Norman. Another option, of course, they have is to bring Junior Amone. He's currently in the 14 role. They could bring him into the halves alongside Corey Norman. So there are a few options there for the club. Ultimately, I am very excited to see Matt Duffy back. They've got Josh Kerr back. They've got Jack DeBellin back. There's some big inclusions. Now, I know the Dragons looked a little flat last week, but with that being said, I do believe with some of the inclusions they have, such as Jack DeBellin, Duffy, I believe these men will come in and that'll really lift the rest of the team. So I do see them going to a new level and sort of being a little bit more pumped up than they were last week, especially with some big inclusions. So I'm going to go ahead and tip the Dragons there. Friday night, 7:50, the West Tigers take on the Penrith Panthers at Leichhardt Oval. Now, this is a really tough game to tip, and that's mainly because the Panthers have so many significant outs. But regardless, the Tigers' last five, guys, is win, loss, win, loss, win. So in this instance, I understand they are coming off a win last round. They defeated the Dragons by 16 points. But I am still going to go with the Panthers, guys. I prefer over a potential that the Tigers could come out and play well. And because the Panthers have some players out, that's why the Tigers will win. A lot of those are ifs. What we do know is the Panthers are always ultra consistent. What we do know is the last time Matt Burton came into the halves for the Panthers, they beat the reigning premiers at home, the Melbourne Storm. And so with that information and Dylan Edwards also back at fullback for them, I'm going to go ahead and tip the Panthers. I think they'll be much more settled than we're expecting. I understand that their halves are different, but Tyrone May and Matt Burton, it's not as if these two men have been plucked from New South Wales Cup out of form. Yeah, they've been in the NRL side this year and they're playing fantastic. And so all signs for me are leading to the Panthers remaining undefeated this season. Saturday, 7:35 PM, guys, at Sunshine Coast Stadium, the Gold Coast Titans take on the Melbourne Storm. I do have some mail that Greg Marzu will be making his NRL debut in place of Anthony Don there, so stay tuned for that. Jaden Campbell makes his NRL debut, the son of Preston. He broke 16 tackles in a game or two ago in the Queensland Cup, so he's obviously ready for the big time. You know, he's been amazing there. Ash Taylor's back for the Titans. There's a lot of positives here for the Titans, but what I will say, without AJ Brimson, without David Fafita, without Moeki Fotuaika, and without Tino, the Titans are no chance here. I'm even prepared to say as a Titans fan, even if we were full strength, I'm still going with the Storm. The Storm have just looked phenomenal this season, and with Nico Hines at fullback and Jerome Hughes at halfback, they will steer the side around well enough that players like Cooper Johns, Remy Smith, Justin Olam, there'll be opportunities created for them. And in particular, Brandon Smith at hooker. As long as he's at hooker there, it doesn't matter they've got Harry Grant out because Brandon Smith is just as good. So guys, I'm going with the Melbourne Storm there. To close out the round, guys, Sunday afternoon, we've got the Newcastle Knights taking on the Parramatta Eels at McDonald Jones Stadium. This is a tough one to tip because the Eels are a little bit out of form at the moment, and the Knights are coming off an amazing victory last round over the Manly Sea Eagles. But what I will say about that game, I thought the Sea Eagles looked really flat and they struggled to find their groove. And I don't want to take nothing away from the Knights, but I am going to go ahead and tip the Parramatta Eels in that one, guys. With that being said, that's probably the closest game of the round for me, so I'm not too sure how I'm looking at this one. It's super close, but I'll go with the Eels. I'll go with the favourites, the Eels. Tough one to tip there, guys. So to recap this round, guys, I'm with the Dragons, Panthers, Storm, and Eels. Those are my tips. Let me know your tips in the comment section below, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in future videos. Cheers.